Okay. Audio is clear. Okay. So let us see the next shell script, that is nothing but VI. So this shell program is nothing but, yesterday we have seen on the PowerPoint presentation, to reverse the string. Suppose you want to write a shell script to reverse the string, and you have to find out whether the string is palindrome or not. Then what exactly is the logic behind this thing? So echo enter the string. So with the help of this echo and read string str, you are going to take the new string. Then rev, one variable is taken, that is called a rev, and initially that reverse string is kept as empty string. Then len equal to echo $str pipe wc minus c and code complete. So what is the purpose? This echo $str, this is the and pipe. What is the use of pipe command? So yesterday we have seen that the pipe command, the input of the command on the left hand side, it is now given as, sorry, the output of this command, it is given as input to the next command, right? So output of echo $str is nothing but the string. Now this string is given as an input to the wc command. And what is the output of wc command? Wc is nothing but it calculates the word count. So minus c calculates the word count. If we put at minus l, then it is nothing but calculate the number of lines in that particular file. So with the help of this, what we are getting here, we are getting the length of that particular string. Suppose I enter here string str is abcd, then echo abcd is given to the wc minus c, means each and every word is counted here. Character count, c minus c stands for the character count. The character in that particular string is calculated, and it is now the character count calculated, means you are calculating the length of the string, right? Then len, next line, len equal to expr $len minus 1, means you are subtracting one length. Why? Because at the end of the every string there is a end of the string, so that character we have to remove. That's why minus 1, end of the file or end of the string /0, that we are going to remove with this minus 1, right? The next is nothing but the while loop. Next is the while loop. $len means the length of that particular string greater than greater than 0. Then temp, another variable is taken here. Temp equal to expr $str. Again you are going to take the string and given that string as an input to the cut command. Now see here, this is the new command we have not discussed in the earlier lecture. The cut command. What is the use of this cut command? Cut command, cut your string word by word, character by character. Cut command, cut your string character by character. So cut minus c $length. So $length is one option given to that cut command. These are the two options of the cut command, minus c and $len. $len means what? Suppose initially the length is, say for example 5, then $len is nothing but the 5. So fifth character of that particular string is cut. Getting this point or not? So tmp, what tmp says here, the fifth character of that particular string is cut with the help of cut command, and it is now stored in the tmp variable, right? Then len equal to, means length equal to expr len $len minus 1, means you are reducing. Suppose initially the string length is 5, now reduce it to 4, then reduce it to 3, right? So we are this counter is decremented. We are not going to increment the counter, but we are going to decrement the counter as per the string length. Then rev, our variable rev equal to echo $rev $tmp, means you are going to put whatever may be the temporary value, whatever may be the character, whatever the character from the string which is stored in the temp variable, you are going to put in the rev string. So and thus done, means your do while loop is get completed here. Then next you just put here echo rev equal to $rev, means the reverse of the string, and echo str equal to $str, means what exactly is the string given. And then if $str means the given string str is equal to reverse of the string $rev, then you put here string is palindrome, else the string is not palindrome with the help of this echo. Getting this point? So we just execute it, escape wq, right? how to execute the shell script. So we just put here clear command, so it will clear the screen. Then execute sh the script, how to execute the shell script sh, and name of the script is e. Enter the string, for example. Then suppose I enter the string a b c d. Four characters I entered here. So see here, reverse of the string rev, $rev we print there. So reverse is dcba, and the original string, our original string is abcd. So that is why the string is not palindrome. Getting this point? Again, if we execute the same program, again press the up arrow key, sha. Then say for example, if I enter the string madam, madam, enter the string, enter key, then rev is equal to madam and string is equal to madam. The string is the palindrome string. Again, suppose if I want to execute sha, suppose aa, then suppose b a, right? Enter. Same string we get here a b a, and again the reverse of the string is also a b double a. That's why it is a palindrome string. Suppose if I want to execute again this one, string is not palindrome. So this is the way. Suppose I want to display the program here, cat a. So this here, cat a. So this is our program or the shell script to find out the whether the given string is palindrome or not. And remember the point that in your in semester examination as well as at the end semester examination, the shell script, write down the shell script, it is the question asked in the theory examination also. No doubt you have to run at the time of practical also, but in the theory examination 30 marks and 70 marks, the question is always there. At least write one shell script for 6 mark or 8 marks. So the syntax and the logic must be clear for you. Right, now we'll see the next program. So this is palindrome string. Is it clear? Any doubt in this case? If you have doubt, ask me in the chat box. Okay, we'll see the next one. B. Here, this is the another program I have written here. So this program is nothing but it will find out the largest integer among three integers. Suppose if I enter three numbers and it is an integer number, it is not going to take the floating point mathematics. Means suppose 10.2, it will not work. expr command not work for this 10.2 or this particular thing. We have to give the whole integer value. So enter the three numbers, read A, read B, read C, right? And here what we are going to learn here, if loop space bracket square bracket $a, the first number value, greater than $b, the value of the second number, minus a, $a minus greater than my $c, and bracket complete. So what is this minus a? So minus a is nothing but your AND operator, and percent operator. In C language you might have given the comparison. Suppose condition A and condition B, if you want to check both the condition true, then what you are putting, double ampersand, right? So this is nothing but your this one. Suppose I'll write here, this symbol is for this logical operator, double ampersand, right? So if you want to check if both the conditions are true, suppose first condition and second condition, then you are putting this and percent operator, right? So if I want to check whether A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then definitely echo $a means A is the largest integer among B and C. Elif, now see here, it is called as the nested if loop. Elif, it is called as the nested if loop. See here, if you want to nest if loop, again another second if loop, third if loop, then we have to give the nested if loop. See the syntax, if then elif, else and if, we are combining here and we are putting it elif. Again in the condition $b greater than $a, and again and percent minus a stands for double and percent, my $b greater than $c, bracket complete. Then again echo $b is the largest integer, means B is the integer which is greater than A and C here, right? Else if, again nested integer, nested if loop, again elif $c greater than $A and percent, double ampersand, like minus A, $C greater than $B, bracket complete, then echo $C is the largest integer. Getting this point? Else cannot guess. Else cannot guess. So here, after completing this nested loop, else we put here cannot guess, and this nested if loop is completed with the help of only one fi statement. You suppose how many if loop we use here? 1, 2, 3. So do not put here 3 fi. With the help of only one fi statement, the nested loop completes here. No need to give the 3 fi statement, right? So clear this syntax. So if loop, then elif, then again condition, then again elif, then and finally the else and fi. This is the syntax of if loop. So we just execute it. WQ SHB. Enter the three numbers 3, 4, 5. So 5 is the largest one. Say for example SHB 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 and 6, 7. Any number we can put, but only the integer number or whole value it will take. It will not take the floating point value. Suppose if we want to see again, cat B will display it here. Cat B. So this is the script to find out the largest among the three integers. So first take the three numbers, then compare with the help of if loop, and if you want to put the condition 1 and minus a condition O. So you may ask me the question, sir, ampersand is denoted by minus a. Then how to denote the OR condition? You might have studied in C language. There is a OR. Suppose first condition or second condition you want to check. So that minus O minus that OR condition is written with the for this minus O. Instead of minus a, you put here minus O. So either first condition or second condition is true, then it enters into the loop. But in this case, if the first and second condition, if the both conditions are true, then and then only enters into the loop for the echo statement. So or is one of the condition is true, but and both condition must be true for this. Getting this point? Okay. Now yesterday I have shown you one assignment that we have to find out the result of the student. Suppose you are at third year and you have got marks for 5 subjects, right? So if we want to find out the result percentage marks, so you want to find out the total of that 5 marks, then you are going to calculate the percentage of that particular mark, and if that percentage is more than 65% or 66%, then you can display the result. Yes, you have got the distinction. If you have got the percentage more than 60%, you can put the message like you can have the first class. If the percentage is more than 50%, then you can have the higher second class, and below 50%, you can declare you are the fail, for example. So the same program or the shell script I have written here, VIC here. So this is the shell script to find out the result of the student. So echo, enter the 5 subjects, marks, read M1, read M2, read M3, read M4 and read M5. So you are going to read each mark. Read is nothing but a scan statement. Then sum 1, you are going to sum all these 5 subjects. Sum 1 equal to $M1 expr, $M1 space plus $M2 space plus $M3 plus space $M4 plus space $M5 echo. So here just print that particular total. The total of 5 subjects is $sum1. So $sum1 is nothing but the value of that particular sum. Then percentage, how to find out the percentage? Percentage equal to into quote expr, again use the expr command, $sum1 divided by 5 quote complete, right? So echo percentage equal to $%. Just print, display on the screen how much is the percentage. Now we have to use the if loop here. So if space square bracket space $per greater equal to 65%, 65, right, bracket complete, then echo, you get distinction. If again it is a nested if loop, $per greater equal to 60, then echo, you get first class. If $per greater equal to 50, then echo, you get higher second class, else you get fail here. And no need to give the 3 fi statement, only one fi will complete all the loop here. So fi, just a single fi, right? Else and fi to complete this all 1, 2, 3 if statement. So just execute this. C. So enter the 5 subjects mark. Suppose I enter 40. Four zero, 40, 40, 40. So total of 5 subjects is 100. So percentage is 40, and you get fail because the percentage is below. It is less than that particular 50%. So that's why the message is shown it is as a fail. So if suppose if I again run this program, C, enter the 5 subjects mark 60, 60, 60, 60, 60. Then total is 300 for 5 subjects. The percentage is 60%, and you get the first class here. So this is the way how to write the shell script. So here at C. So this is the way how to write the shell script to find out the result of the student for 5 subjects. Like, so read all the subjects, then total is nothing but someone, total expr, m1, m2, m3, m5 subjects, then eco total, you are just printing the total here, then percentage equal to expr dollar someone divided by 5, eco percentage equal to dollar percentage, if dollar percentage greater, again you are going to check the conditions, then distinction, check the condition with the help of l if if loop, dollar percentage greater equal to 60, eco you get the first class, and like this way you have to check the condition. So we have seen the 3 shell script here, that is nothing but cat a. So first, this is for your reverse to find out the palindrome of the string. The string is given to you, and you have to find out the string palindrome with the help of this particular logic. Next shell script we have seen here is nothing but to compare between the 3 numbers and find out the greatest or the largest number between 3 numbers with the help of this nested if statement. And the next one is next shell script is nothing but to find out the to calculate the result, to display the result of the student. So shell script you can write like this, and taking the marks, adding them, sum up of them, finding out the percentage, and once the percentage has been find out, then you can use the if and nested if, and you will display the results. So that's all about the shell scripting. So you have to practice it. First practice the shell command on your command prompt, Linux command prompt, and then try for this different shell command, because until and unless you type it, you will not find it as a easier one. Once you type it, once you run it, you will find it is very easy. It is very simple one. So do not bother about it, or do not take one can say do not worry about it very much. It is very simple. Only the thing is that you have to remember the syntax. Just like your C language, C has some syntax. Means you have to put the brackets, you have to put the semicolon, and at a proper location. So in the same way, in the shell script also, the syntax are there, some syntax are there, and mostly the space is very important. Already I have told you that the space, if we miss the space, then it will give us the error. But you can easily find out the error, and you can run that particular. Once you run this, you'll find that it is very easy to run as compared to other programming language, right? So that's all about all this shell script. Now we will just see, we'll just revise the all our first unit so that it will be easier for you. There are some members, they might have joined late, they may not present, I think, in the first or the second lecture. So we'll just revise it fast, right? So in our first, the so we'll directly start with the contents. The definition of operating system acts as an intermediary between the user and computer, and it is on computer hardware. So the definition we have seen in the first lecture. Then the object, the operating system, hardware, kernel, user application, and shell. The kernel is nothing but the heart of the operating system, and it interacts with the hardware part, whereas the shell is the part of the system that interacts with the user. Right. So OS act as a resource allocator. There are hardware resources as well as the software resources. It is the duty of operating system to allocate the resources to the process for their execution, and it also acts as a control program. We have also seen the evolution or types of operating system, that is simple batch operating system, multi-program batch operating system, the time sharing and the multitasking, parallel system, distributed system, and real-time system. So simple batch OS means it was the OS used in the earlier days in 1950s or 40s, where they used to combine the jobs having similar needs together, and it was given to the computer system as a one batch of the job. Then that particular job executed, and then the finally output appears here, right? In case of multi-program batch OS, the multiple jobs are placed, and in case of simple batch OS, spooling is one technique. Spooling means simultaneous peripheral operation online, that we have discussed. That is nothing but a temporary buffer where you are going to copy all your job, and they are copying the buffer, and one by one job is taken for the execution, and output of the job is also stored in the buffer, and it is given to the printer for the printing. The next is multi-programming, means was multiple jobs executed at the same time. Meaning is that multiple jobs are available, and one by one the jobs are taken from the job pool and they will be executed. So this one is your simple batch operating system. Operating system was only the job of operating system is to just transfer control from one job to the next job. So the simple batch operating system, we have seen the structure of this one. And the pooling technique is nothing but the temporary disk is stored in here. Next one is the multi-programming batch operating system. In case of multi-programming, the multiple jobs are kept in the memory, and one by one job is taken for the execution. Right. The next is nothing but advantages of the multi-programming. CPU utilization is maximum, and disadvantages is CPU scheduling is required. In case of your time sharing system or the multitasking system, multiple jobs are executed. Meaning is that CPU time is distributed among the multiple number of processes. CPU time is distributed, and each process is assigned particular CPU time slot. And once that time slot is completed, the process is removed from the CPU, and the next process is allocated to the CPU for its execution. Right. So that's all about the time sharing or the multitasking system. Next one is nothing but your so this is the architecture of the time sharing. The example we have seen that on your PC, on your desktop, you can have multiple operations. You are at the same time you are typing into the file, you are browsing the mail, you are also listening the music, you are downloading some file at the back end. Multiple tasks are executed simultaneously. Parallel system means they are the multi-processor system, more than one processor on a single motherboard, and they are going to share their all the resources. And there are various advantages of this parallel or the tightly coupled system. So this is the architecture. So instead of executing, if you divide the single job into 5 different job, then that job will be executed faster as compared to the single process or the single job. Distributed system is nothing but you are loosely coupled, or it is also called as a network system. So you know that it is nothing but your the nodes, or we are calling it as the site, which are these are the machines, or these are the computers which are connected with the help of different communication media, Cat5 cable, fiber optic cable, wired or wireless communication media systems are connected with each other. This is the architecture of the distributed system. It is nothing but the real-time system. Nowadays, real-time systems, they are used where the data is taken in the form of sensor input, and the data is analyzed by the operating system, and then it is accordingly the all the one can say hardware work, traffic management or the aircraft management or the all your microwave or the television. So all are using the one can say that the real-time system. So this is the first part. Second part, on the second lecture, we discussed about the most important, that is nothing but the components or the function of operating system. So the process management, memory management, file management, IO system management, secondary storage, networking, protection, and command interpreter are the basic functions. So process management, where each operating system has to allocate the resources to each and every process. There are two basically type of the processes. There are nothing but the system process and the user process. The processes which are required for the system called as a system process. The processes that are required for the user, they are called as user processes. process synchronization, process communication, then the creation and the deletion of the process, allocation of the resources to the process, and the deadlock handling are the major tasks performed by the operating system with reference to the process management. The memory management, as you know that memory is required for the execution of every process. So this is the second important task, or this is second important component of the operating system. Then the file management, file, each and every data or information is kept in the operating system in the form of file. That is nothing but whether it is audio file, video file, image file, text file. So creation, deletion of the file, creation, deletion of the directories, then store that file onto the secondary storage, retrieve that file. All the functions performed by the operating system. Then IO system management, that is nothing but your various devices input as well as the output devices. Secondary storage management is nothing but your hard disk management, how to store the data, how to retrieve the data from the secondary storage or the hard disk. Networking, connect your PC, connect your laptop into the network. Already the protocol are implemented, already the model, TCP/IP model is integrated, or it is already written in the operating system, and the OS get connected to the another machine very easily. Protection, of course, protection is very much important, or it is required. So the operating system has various protection measures or various protection mechanism to have the to do not have the unauthorized access, as well as to secure the system from the viruses or the worms. Command interpreter system, just now we have seen the example, means we are typing all our Linux shell script on the command prompt. That is example of the command interpreter system. So each and every OS has its own command interpreter system where you can type the command with your hands with the keyboard. So this is the diagram to remember you that these are the basic building block of the operating system. So OS, we can see that yes, if anyone asks you the question that what do you mean by operating system, the operating system is nothing but the integration of all these functions. So OS is a big program consisting of these modules, that is process, memory, file, IO, secondary storage, networking, protection system, and the command interpreter. Then we have seen the kernel architecture. So kernel architecture, basically there are the two types of kernel architecture. That is, kernel means everybody knows it is the heart of the system, and it interacts with the directly interact with the hardware, and user do not have access to interact with the kernel. Okay. So basically there are the two types of kernel architecture. That is nothing but your monolithic kernel is the first one, where the kernel space is much more as compared to the user space, and each and every functionality of operating system is in the kernel space, or it is performed by the kernel, and to below that there is a hardware layer. Whereas in case of your microkernel architecture, we have seen that there are advantages and the disadvantages of the monolithic kernel architecture. In case of your microkernel architecture, we can have the kernel space is reduced. So all the different functionality like your device driver, process, file management, etc., they are now included in the user space, and kernel space is reduced. That's why it is called as the kernel microkernel architecture. And there is a difference between the differences between the microkernel and the monolithic kernel. So we have also seen the differences of the microkernel and the monolithic kernel architecture. The next part is nothing but your virtual machine. So virtual machine means what? So multiple operating system can run on the same hardware part, but they do not going to disturb each other. They are not going to interfere each other with the help of this virtual machine manager, or it is also called as the hypervisor. The two type of virtualizations are there: platform virtualization as well as the resource virtualization. We have seen the entire concept, and always there is a question. Write a note on virtualization or virtual machine. So concept, you read the concept thoroughly, understand the concept, and if you have doubt, you can ask me. So this is the thing: virtual machines or the virtualization. And in the last lecture, that is nothing but we have seen about the Unix operating system. So Unix is called as the mother of operating system. Why? Because it is the first operating system, and the code of Unix is entire code is written in the C language. It is a very easily portable. It is a multi-user, multitasking capability. Networking features is also available, and hierarchical system in the Unix, that also we have seen. So the basic architecture of the Unix operating system, and the kernel, Unix kernel, the features of the Unix kernel, and the shell of the Unix operating system. And these are the basic shell commands we have discussed. So dollar means this prompt. You might have confused that the command is $pwd. but the command is not $pwd. This dollar is nothing but the prompt, and the command is pwd. You have to type this pwd only. $TTY means TTY is the command, dollar is the prompt. For understanding purpose, I have written here $TTY. So this is the way. So these are the basic shell commands. Already we have executed, typed on the terminal. Okay, we have seen the demo, then cat command. File system. Unix file system is a hierarchical tree-like structure like this. Different directories are there, then different subdirectories are there, and each directory having its own significance. And the file handling commands we have seen, that is nothing but rm, remove the file, then remove mv, that is move the file, copy the file, then we have the directory command, the rmdir as well as the mkdir command for this file system handling. IO redirection operator, single redirection as well as the double redirection operator, and the input of the first command, it is the output of the first command, it is taken as the input to the second command with the help of this pipe operator. The commands we have executed already like this. Then shell scripting, these are the keywords, and we have seen the first shell script is the to write a shell script for the addition of two numbers. Very simple. Take the two numbers, num equal to another variable. So difference is nothing but need not have to declare any type of variable in shell scripting. Dollar indicates the value of that particular variable, and this is the first shell script. Second shell script is nothing but to get the sum of the given number. Suppose user want to add 5 numbers, take the 5 numbers from the user, and you are going to sum up all these 5 numbers. Then to check odd and even number check, it is a very simple one. Just divide it by 2, and if the division is equal to 0, then number is even, and if the division is not equal to 0, number is odd. Factorial of a number. Next shell script is to find out the factorial of a number. So take the number, find out the factorial with the help of this, and it is a recursive one. You know that the factorial is the recursive one, means that particular fact in a do while loop, that fact is calling itself again and again and again, and we are going to calculate the factorial of a number. And today also we have seen the shell script, that is nothing but the to check whether the string is palindrome or not. With the help of this logic, take the reverse as empty string first, then find out the length, then with the help of the length, you are going to cut the string with the help of cut minus c command, and we are comparing the temporary string with the original string, and a reverse string with the original string, and if they are equal, the string is a palindrome, else it is not a palindrome one. Okay. So that's all about the total unit number 1. Getting this point? So if you have any doubt, any question, any query, you can put it in the chat box, right?